You ever find yourself just frozen, staring at the buy button, hesitating? Or maybe you've bailed on a great trade way too early because you were terrified of losing what you'd made. We've all been there. And if you've ever gotten so frustrated that you've just thrown your rules out the window, well, you're definitely not alone. We're about to dig into the work of a true legend in trading psychology, Mark Douglas, to figure out why this happens and, more importantly, what to do about it. So, what is it? What's the secret sauce that separates the traders who make it from, well, pretty much everyone else? I'll tell you right now, it's not some hidden indicator or a secret strategy they're keeping from you. The answer is actually a lot closer than you think. That's it. The real battle you're fighting isn't on the charts. It's right there between your ears. Mark Douglas's whole philosophy was built on this one idea. The market is just a massive reflection of human psychology. And to win in that arena, you have to master your own mind first. Okay, so to do that, we have to start at the very beginning. We need to build the foundation, the core mental framework that professionals use every single day, which you'll see is completely different from how most people even think about the market. And here is that difference, laid out plain and simple. On one side, you've got the amateur. They are totally trapped, obsessed with winning this one trade. Their ego is completely tied to being right. But the pro? Honestly, they couldn't care less about any single trade. They are obsessed with something else, executing their process, their system perfectly, over and over and over again. This is what Douglas famously called the casino mindset. Think about it. A casino doesn't freak out when someone hits a huge jackpot. Why? Because they know that over thousands and thousands of spins, their statistical edge is guaranteed to play out. Your trading strategy, your system, that's your edge. Your only job is to be the casino, to just let that edge play out over time. This is a really tough pill to swallow, but it's absolutely crucial. You have to completely disconnect your actions from the outcome of the trade. I mean, a perfectly executed trade can still lose you money, and a sloppy, impulsive trade can accidentally make you money. The real key to this whole game is to stop judging yourself based on the result and start judging yourself only on the quality of your execution. Did you follow your plan? That's the only question that matters. So once you've got that framework in place, you've still got to face your biggest opponent. And it's not the market, it's your own emotions. Fear, hope, greed, those are the real enemies of consistent trading. This is a huge, game-changing idea. Since we were kids, we're taught that mistakes are bad, right? But in trading, losses are not mistakes. They're just a cost of doing business. They're like the inventory a shop owner has to buy. The moment you can truly see a loss as nothing more than a business expense, fear starts to lose its grip on you. And here's a super powerful practical tool from Douglas. Before you even think about clicking that button, just stop, pause, and ask yourself, am I genuinely okay if this trade goes to zero and I lose this entire amount? If you can honestly say yes, then you're entering that trade from a place of emotional neutrality. If you can't, you're not trading a plan, you're just gambling on hope. And speaking of hope, let's talk about the flip side of fear, greed. Douglas has this brilliant definition. Greed isn't just about wanting more money. It's what happens when your hope for a massive win becomes totally disconnected from your rules and your system. It's basically hope without a leash. Now, the goal here isn't to become some kind of robot that doesn't feel anything. That's impossible. The real goal is to achieve what he calls emotional neutrality. It means you can feel the excitement of a win or the sting of a loss, but you just observe those feelings without letting them control what you do next. You just stick to the plan, period. So your mindset is the blueprint. Your emotional control is the fuel. But neither of those things matter at all if you don't have the engine that actually puts it all into motion. And that engine is pure, unwavering discipline. You know, this idea really turns a common belief completely upside down. So many of us think we just need to know more, right? Find one more indicator, read one more book. But Douglas said the market doesn't care how smart you are. It only rewards what you do, consistently. All the knowledge in the world is useless if you don't have the discipline to act on it. And discipline isn't something you're born with. It's a muscle you have to build. Here's how. 1. Create rock-solid, crystal-clear rules for your trading. 2. You have to completely submit to those rules, trusting your plan even when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to do something else. And 3. You have to track your behavior, not just your profit and loss. At the end of the day, ask yourself, did I follow my plan? Not, did I make money?
And this is exactly why that discipline is so critical. If the outcome of any single trade is essentially random, then the only way to succeed long-term is to completely ignore that randomness and just apply your edge again and again and again. No exceptions. And all of this brings us to the final and maybe the most profound lesson from Mark Douglas. After you've done all this work on your mindset, your emotions, and your discipline, you eventually realize something incredible. The secret edge, it isn't your system. The real edge is you.
Just let that sink in for a second. We spend all this time and energy trying to analyze the market, trying to predict what it's going to do next. But that's not actually what's happening.
That's right. Your trading results are a direct printout of what's going on inside your own head. Your beliefs about money, about success, about failure, about what you think you deserve. If deep down you have a subconscious belief that you're just going to fail, guess what? You will find a way to sabotage yourself. And this is exactly why so many traders spend years, even decades, searching for that holy grail strategy and never find it. They're trying to fix the wrong part of the equation. The ultimate path to becoming a consistently profitable trader isn't a technical journey, it's a journey of personal growth. It's about rewiring your own beliefs and upgrading your identity to become the kind of person who can execute a plan flawlessly, under pressure, day in and day out.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. You can have a fantastic system, a real proven statistical edge in the markets. But all of Mark Douglas's work really boils down to this one simple fact. Your psychology can either be the tool that applies that edge, or it can be the very thing that erases it completely. The choice is yours.
Please subscribe and like.